Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations to those that are doing this word in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathan Yala coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I pray this lesson is edifying. All right, so this lesson we're going into some situations that happened to me per se. The Lord had protected me and guided me through these situations, and even gave me warning beforehand, blatant, clear warning, and let me know, hey, this is going to happen. So be ready when it does. But I'm gonna take care of you, you know. And the Lord has been chastising me and putting me through some things, and so things have been kind of tough, these past couple months. But the Lord is getting me through all this stuff. But so there was this one day in particular where I had a dream, that I went into a grocery store, right? And when I came out, there was a guy that was parked in front of my car, and he wouldn't let me get out. And he said to me, he said, "Man, your car's under repossession," which is true. And I came to repossess it. And I said, "Well, you're in a pickup truck. You're not in a truck." He said, "Yeah, I know. I scanned your plate." And this was in the dream. Yeah, I scanned your plate, and we waiting on, the tow truck guys to get here. And I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I'm waiting on the guys to get here." And I was like, "Bro, you can't block me in and wait for them to get here." He's like, "Yeah, I can." So eventually, we get the guy to move his truck, and I pull off. And I know it may seem kind of subtle, but I woke up from the dream like, what the hell? But then I said to myself, this situation is going to happen. This is definitely going to happen. I don't know how, but I was like, man, this is going to happen. And in the dream, I was able to pull off. About 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, I was parked outside somebody's house, right? And I was in my car, in my truck, sleep, and all of a sudden I woke up because I felt like there was somebody there. And when I wake up, I look, and there's a freaking repo guy sitting right next to my truck. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I get up, I jump in the front seat, and I start the car, and I'm about to pull off because I ain't about to let him take the car. And then the guy, because I need the truck real bad. It's of great importance. My truck is of great importance. So, I roll down the window, and the guy says, "Man, I ain't about to take your shit, man." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yeah, man, I ain't gonna take it." He said, "I live right down the street, and I know you know where I live at, and I'm not gonna take your car." But I was literally blocked in. He blocked me in from exiting out on the road. Okay? So I couldn't turn off at that particular point. I couldn't turn off onto the road to get away because he had me blocked in. Same as in the dream. In the dream, I was blocked in. Then he said, "I'm not going to take your car." Just like the guy said in the dream. He said, "I can't take your car," because he's in a pickup truck. Then he said, the tow truck guy said to me, he said, "I scanned your tag. So they know, the company that I work for now, they know where your truck is. And they're going to come, and they're going to look in this area to see if they can find it. And if they find it, they're going to take it. They're not going to have no mercy on you." Same thing they said in the dream. The only difference is in the dream they said, "We're waiting on my people to come get the truck." So it was the same type of thing. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, you got to be kidding me. The Lord, Yahweh Shemiah Shai, gave me a clear message that this was about to happen. So he said, "Yeah, man," he gave me a couple pointers. He said, "Man, I ain't going to take your shit." He said, if you're at your friend's house or whatever, if you pull into his gate and close the gate, we can't come get it. But if the gate is open and we notice the gate is open, we can come get it. Lock you up. He said, "We can come get it." He said, if the gate is closed, we can't. He said, "If you park and back up, we can't scan your plate." So he said, I'm just letting you know. And these people aren't going to be merciful, right? So I'm like, wow, all right, thanks. So my friend's driveway, he was blocking me in, so I couldn't pull off into the street. But my friend's driveway, because I was I was parked on the curb. My friend's driveway was literally right there, so I just pulled forward and pulled into my friend's driveway, and he pulled off. But I say that to say that the Lord had actually gave me a warning, made it clear that this was going to happen, and then it happened, and the Lord showed me that I'm gonna get you out of that situation, and that's exactly what happened. The Lord put he softened this dude's heart to let me go. I'm like, damn, because if they would have took that truck, I would have been pretty much through, like completely through at that point. Like I would have been done. So anyway, I just wanted to give that little story, and just to show like, hey, look, man, we about to go through some shit like never before. We're definitely about to go through it, and you may not have access to things that you have access to now. I've learned that myself, that some of the stuff that I had access to, I don't have access to now, and as things progress, I may lose less access to stuff as we move forward, and things are going to get hard. But through all that, the Lord has showed me that, I've been in situations where my tire popped off twice. I ran out of gas in the middle of the road, and somebody came and helped me that I didn't know. Somebody even helped me push my truck. My control arm was messed up, and I was swerving in and out of the road, and my credit is less than a 400, but so for some reason, some way, the Lord got me approved for $1,400 loan to get that fixed. So throughout all these troubles, even though I'm going through stuff and I'm struggling, the Lord has been showing, hey man, I'm getting you out of this stuff. I'm helping you. I'm dealing with you. I may be putting you through it, but I'm making it to where you're only going to go so far. Okay? You're only going to get what I need you to get out of this, and that's as far as I'm taking you. But this is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, there hath been no temptation taking you, but as such as common to man. So, the everyday things that we go through. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above what you are able. So the Lord is going to give you just enough to be able to handle that, just to get what you need out of it. But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So even though these situations have been hard as hell, man, the Lord has been giving me the ability to bear it and to deal with it. And you got some men that the Lord don't give the ability to deal with situations like this, and they bug the hell out. They be gone inside their mind. They can't continuously deal with the pressures of the things that are happening to them in this life. As the scriptures say, the cares of this world choked out the word. So and then he becomes an unprofitable servant. And I can see how that can happen to a lot of men, because when you really, really start catching hell, you lose your home, you lose your job, you lose your family, and you really don't have shit. You don't have any money, and you're dependent solely on your Habashim Yahushai for a meal. That shit could bug a man out, because you're believing in something that you don't see. But that's the faith that it takes to prove to the Lord that you're a man of faith, that you believe in that the Lord is going to deliver you and get you out of these situations. Okay? And I'm a witness to that, because the Lord has strengthened my faith through my situations, because every single time the Lord made a way for me to get out of it. It's just something appeared out of nowhere. Even yesterday, I was tuning up my car, and there was a little sensor piece that I couldn't find. Like, it fell out somewhere. I'm looking up under my car. I can't find the sensor, and I'm like, I really need it because this sensor goes right down into the intake valve that I had just changed on my car because it's been through. And if it could possibly cause an oil leak if this isn't there. So I went ahead. I sent up a prayer. Yeah, how much me I say, Baba? Because let me find the sensors. I'm looking around for it still. I clean out my car. I'm looking up under the car. I still can't find it. After I sent the prayer up, I was about to say, forget it. I guess I got to go take this thing for test drive. As soon as I did that, I looked down and bam, it was right there. And I literally said to myself, where did this thing come from? I've been looking all over for it. Maybe I overlooked it, but I chalk it up to the Lord making it happening, because it happened right after I sent up a prayer. And it's just something that small, that you may think is it ain't even a big deal. The Lord even answered that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple more precepts and close out. I just wanted to do a quick video on that. Hey, we gonna need to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the days and weeks to come and months to come, because it's gonna get really bad out here. And you gotta understand, there had been nights where I was sleeping outside in 20-degree weather. All right. I spent a few nights outside in 20-degree weather. And it was common for me to spend nights outside in anywhere from 30-degree to 40-degree weather on a regular, starting in like the ending of October. All right. But the Lord made it to where I got through all that. So this is Psalms 91:14. It says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name. And this is another reason why it's so important to call out to the names of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. Because you have the name of the Heavenly Father, which means he is or he exists, and the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai, which means he delivers. Okay? The deliverer. So this is why it's so important, because if you don't know these names, the Lord won't deliver you. Now, he may have mercy on you, because the Lord do as he will, but the importance of having that name to call out to, and that's the only name you can call out to, is Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. All right? Now, hey, Jeebus, that he ain't gonna hear you, man. All right? So I'm going to go to Psalms 145. and 20. And it says, the Lord preserveth all that love him, but all the wicked will be destroyed. You see that? So the Lord will preserve you in your hard times, in your time of trouble. Okay? He will preserve you when you're going through something. But it's that name, man. That name that you got to be able to call out to. And you got to believe the Lord going to deliver you from your situation. All right? And you got to be able to suffer. Okay? You got to be able to suffer. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna bring out this next one. This is gonna be the Ecclesiasticus, or the Book of Sirach. Two and 4. It says, whatever so is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient. That's the hardest part right there, man. That is the hardest part about when you get put low, is being patient. Okay? You can look at, oh yeah, you can, get over the fact that a whole bunch of bad shit is happening to you, and you can learn how to just take it and just say, you know what, and smile about it, and temper your anger and your frustration. You can do that. But being patient and suffering through it, because the word patience means to suffer, that shit is hard. And that's it. And that's also the most important aspect of this whole precept right here, is being patient. Because if you're not patient, you will do things that will prolong your situation. Trying to do shit to make your situation better, trying to do shit that the Lord ain't got, that the Lord ain't dealing with, that's taking you off what you're supposed to be doing. You trying to do some shit to change your situation fast. All you doing is making your shit worse, man. All you doing is making your situation worse. It's better to just suffer through what the Lord intended for you to suffer through and get through that, man, and get it out the way. It's better to do that than sit there and try to get a quick escape, because it ain't no quick escape. All the Lord gonna allow you to do is to mess up again and then reset your ass right back to the beginning. I know it didn't happen to me. So it's better to just wait it out and patiently do what's required of you to get out of that shit, man. Because it's not going to get easier by you getting frustrated and trying to lash out and do some stupid shit, man. That's going to make your situation worse. And there's lots of men, and maybe even brothers who've done that, and it made their situation worse. You guys, like I said, you got men that'll bug out and they'll go rob somebody, end up in jail, or do something even crazier. Because hey, it's a difficult thing being in a hard situation. Okay, it's a level of discomfort. You're very uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Things have to become uncomfortable in order for there to be growth. When you go and when you see a bush and the bush is going wild, but you want it to grow a certain way, you got to trim it, right? You think it's comfortable for that bush to be trimmed? No, it's not comfortable. But it's necessary in order for it to grow the way that you want it to grow. It's the same with us. We go through things that the Lord put us through for us to grow the way He wants us to grow. All right? And then when you try to grow the way He don't want you to grow, that shit got to get cut off, and you got to start from the damn beginning. And that's just the way that it is. There's no easy way to do this thing. It's always the straight gate. It's always a straight gate. So it says, whatever is brought on upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So when the Lord changes you to a lower state, amen, just deal with it. The Lord may bring you out of it. He may not. But more than likely, the Lord is going to put you in a better place. You know what I'm saying? The Lord in my experience, He don't allow you to suffer like that for long. Because as I just read, He only put as much on you as you can bear. So, sometimes putting too much on you may crack you, And the Lord puts enough on you for you to learn what you need to learn. And once you get what you need to get, hey, it's moving on. All right. So, I'm going to grab one more precept and I'm going to go ahead and close. This is, I'm going to go to the book of Hebrews. Hebrews 2 and 6, it says, it's like 12 and 6. All right, this one says, for whom the Lord chastises or chasteneth and scourges every son whom He receiveth. Okay? So the Lord, if he's chastising you, he's looking at you as a son. He says, verse 7, if you endure the chastening of the Lord, Yahweh has dealt with you as sons. The Lord just whooped your ass. Just like I whoop my son's ass when they go off. But guess what happens afterward? I give them a hug, and I tell them that I love them, and then I move them. I do something to comfort them, especially if they learn their lesson. It says, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So if the Lord ain't doing nothing to chastise you, you know, for you to grow, then you're not a man of the Lord. If you're just doing whatever the hell you wanted to do. All right? But if ye be without chastening, whereof are you partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. So hey, if the Lord if he ain't chastising you, you don't belong to the Lord. You're a damn bastard. Okay? So you got to remember, we have a much greater reward on the other side of this thing. So, you know, when we're going through these things that we're going through, hey man, you got to take this stuff cheerfully and just keep it moving. Hey, it's just a level of uncomfort, and everything is temporal in this world. And that's another thing you got to look at. Even when you up, that shit is temporary, man. You know, you're going to go through booms and busts in your life. And this is why you gotta be able to deal like the Apostle Paul said. I know how to be a base and I know how to be abound. You got to know how to deal with both of them. All right, because you got men that'll get it together, and I ain't saying brothers. I'm just saying men in general. You have men that'll get it together, and they'll get money, and they'll start doing their thing, and then they'll bug the hell out. Start doing all type of craziness because now they got it. All right, it's just on the opposite end of the spectrum. You know, you're still doing things that you ain't supposed to do. All right, so. You know, pretty much that was it. I'm going to go ahead and end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles. Till the next time, I say shalom.